So we're going to make this tier list based on, can these rogue decks make it to Diamond, right? And basically, we're going to go over these rogue decks and talk about what are their strengths and weaknesses, because we can already assume that Diamond is going to be the best of the best, the cream of the crop. Almost anything can make it to Plat, but making it to that extra rank may be really hard to do. But with that being said, I think that if you master the Code Talker strategy, I feel like you can get the Diamond. I genuinely think you can scrape all the way to Platinum easy, just coast. All you have to do is learn the combo of Code Talker, prevent your opponent from special summoning from the extra deck, and a lot of decks just immediately lose. Learning how to play Code Talker will be your biggest problem. Once you figure it out, this deck literally wins games on its own right. It's ridiculous. Altergeist is another strategy I genuinely think can make the Diamond. Easy. I think that this is one of the most underrated strategies in Master Duel, and it took me by surprise. When you can play cards like Skill Drain inside of Altergeist and be able to resolve all of your Altergeist card effects, it's genuinely scary. The problem with Altergeist is consistency, but I mean, there's so many ways around that. And in Master Duel, since we're best of one, your opponent won't have that opportunity to be able to main that back row hate that would really hurt Altergeist, which gives you free wins when you go first. Almost like a coin flip every time you play this deck. If you know how to play it, you go first. The odds of you winning, they go up astronomically. I think Burning Abyss would be a solid spare deck. I think it's genuinely good. I do like Beatrice, Lady of the Eternal in the deck, but the problem is that Burning Abyss doesn't have the oomph to make it to the highest level, to Diamond level. I do genuinely think it would struggle in that department. I feel that where this deck would cap out at is maybe Gold, Plat, and then from getting to Diamond, because you don't have those ultra powerful cards, you'll struggle from there. Blue Eyes, guys. Can Blue Eyes make it to Diamond? Is Blue Eyes best rogue deck, chat? Is it? Is it? No. No. Our 5 different categories are self-explanatory. We got best rogue deck. Let's go. These are the creme de la crop best rogue decks. Solid pickup or decks that probably could make it on the cusp of Diamond and could probably make it, or could go through Platinum fairly easy and could probably make it to the cusp of Diamond. Spare decks are decks that may struggle in that Plat area, but probably are really good all the way up until Gold, until you have to really start playing. Copium are strategies that we all wish could make the Diamond. And then, of course, loses to United We Stand is, yeah, don't try it, guys. And the reason why you may want to even pick rogue decks over other decks is because of the element of surprise. It can take so many other strategies by surprise. Cyber Dragon? Yeah. Okay. On one hand, Cyber Dragon is easily one of the best, if not the best anime character decks. The problem with Cyber Dragon is that a lot of the big fusion monsters that we want to summon are banned. Now, when Destiny Hero Phoenix Enforcer comes out, I think it might be here to here, because Cyber Dragon innately has an advantage over being able to get rid of cards in the extra monster zone. But until then, we're all on Copium. We really want Cyber Dragon to be able to consistently make Diamond tier. Dark Magician to make us all feel better easily. These two are brothers. Like, they belong together, guys. Don't expect to play Blue Eyes and Dark Magician and make it to Diamond fairly easy. It's going to be a fight to get there. And if you do make it there, I do commend you for it. DDD is 100% Copium, guys. There's some new support in the TCG that makes DDD cracked. I mean, it makes it extremely good. Unfortunately, that don't exist for Master Duel just yet. This deck is fairly inconsistent, very hard to play, and doesn't give you the reward that you would need for hard to play. See Code Talker, a deck that's fairly hard to play, but gives you free wins. This deck don't do that, Chief. True Draco. I feel like True Draco is better than these two, but it would be best regulated to your spare deck, your extra deck, you know, your extra deck that you have on the side. This will probably come in time where there are formats or particular instances in Diamond where you're seeing against a lot of strategies that True Draco would easily just beat. Just use your floodgate cards to stop your opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! And have some fun in Diamond. I think you can coast there if you have this particular strategy as your spare deck. Dragunity, guys. Dragunity's actually kind of busted. The problem with Dragunity is that it easily loses to Maxi. It doesn't have the best recovery plays, and a lot of times to make some of the best boards, my apologies, requires most of your hand. So there you have it, guys. Dragunity's still really, really fun. I think it's a really good rogue deck. Monarchs, guys. Where do we put Monarchs, chat? Where do we put Monarchs? Oh no, what are you doing, baby? The problem with Monarch. Okay, I would say it's better. I would say it's better than these two. I think for a rogue tier list, I would say it's pretty good. The problem with Monarch is that this deck bricks like crazy. You know what I mean? This deck bricks like crazy. If we ever find a way to fix the bricks, we're in trouble. Like, everybody's in trouble because this deck's really, really good. Endymion, I think Endymion's actually a solid pickup. I genuinely feel that there's two parts to this. First, Endymion is fairly consistent and makes some really good boards. It has amazing recovery play. But the second thing is that nobody sees Endymion coming. It's a really, really solid rogue pickup deck. And if we're going to take a rogue deck to Diamond, this would easily be the rogue deck that we would potentially take. Same thing with Live Twin. Live Twin, we know will get more support eventually. Possibly when Destiny or Phoenix Enforcer does come out. Like, it's almost guaranteed. And when it does, this might be one of the better rogue decks. But until then, it's still fairly solid. You can play almost as many hand traps as you want. And the correct Live Twin player will be able to take it far. Galaxy Eyes, guys. Where are we putting Galaxy and Rogue? Where are we putting that? Is that best rogue deck? Is that best rogue deck, guys? I don't mean to kill anybody's hopes and dreams. I genuinely don't. My job is not to destroy your hopes and dreams. But in our last tier list, what did we call Galaxy Eyes? We said it was flavor blue eyes. All of the bricks is blue eyes, right? More effort than we need. It's just flavor blue eyes, guys. It's not good. I'm sorry, guys. Those character decks are not going to take you far. Gren Maju, I think, actually is a solid pickup just because of how fast you can win in these games. If you're trying to get to diamond ranked like quick, these are going to end the games pretty fast, especially a lot of times when you're going against decks like Drytron Herald, which still will be a fairly good deck. Gren Maju just summons monsters stronger than their Herald combo and really does some crazy things. Also, Dimensional Shifter is really good. The other Pendulum deck, which is going to be Pendulum Magician, I feel is weaker than the Endymion strategy, but it's still very, very solid. It doesn't consistently put up the disruptions and has the great going second potential as Endymion, but still is a really good deck. And Synchro. Y'all may think that I'm copium. I'm telling you, for Rogue, watch out for this deck. Watch out for this deck. This deck is like, for TCG players, this deck's like Dragon Link, guys. It's like crazy. The biggest thing that helped this strategy become so powerful in Master Duel is Maxi. We don't care. Like, this deck doesn't care about Maxi because Maxi, it'll just OTK you. And then it has Maxi to be able to recover its cards. Like, it can draw so many cards to refuel its hand. It's actually really, really good. It's one of the better rogues decks. And if I were to take one of these rogue decks to the diamond tier, I would strongly consider it. It'll catch so many players off guard. But once you do realize the choke points in this deck, it kind of does become a solid pickup. But as long as players don't know, it's good. It's good. Earth Machine, guys. Don't hit me. Don't. Somebody check on your boy Callie. The same reason why this deck is so good because of Maxi, this deck sucks because of Maxi. This deck literally is dog water because of Maxi. Like, all the special summoning that you do to draw 2 cards, Eventually, somebody's going to max you. You're not going to like that feeling, and you're going to lose. Like, this deck loses to maxi. I think that the pure Machina route would be a solid pickup, but Earth Machine, it's not good, guys. Heroes. Heroes are one of the top rogue decks. Heroes are one of the top rogue decks. As far as a rogue category, Dark Law is kind of ridiculous. And the way that you can build your hero deck is just like how you build it in the TCG. Go second, play really powerful spell and trap cards to wipe your opponent's board, and just OTK them. You don't care about maxi if you're OTKing them. They can maxi you all you want. They can draw 40 cards. Do they have the Nibiru? If they don't, just OTK them. Just OTK them. It's ridiculous. I think that Megalith is also a really, really good pickup. Megalith Drytron offers something different than regular Drytron. Full allows you to recur Cyber Angel Benton, which just got limited. And this is, it's bonkers. The Megalith Bathor is crazy. Like, this deck is a lot better than what people sleep on. And a lot of times people don't know what Megalith does. When you can make Appaloosa be able to negate up to 7 times, you got to give it to this deck. It's ridiculous. Sorry, guys. Orcus is Copium. This deck dies to any hand trap, any single hand trap. So don't stop. Just don't. And Red Eyes. If there is any deck that you guys want to pick, do not pick Red Eyes. Look, seriously, do not. You can play Galaxy Eyes. You can play Blue Eyes. You can play Dark Magician. Red Eyes, don't pick it. Red Eyes doesn't even know what it wants to do. Like, don't. I'm sorry. Don't. Just don't. Speedroids, I think, are a great spare deck. I think that it's a really good deck. But the problem with Speedroids is, like, double Crystal Wing is his thing, but this deck kind of, like, does all of what this deck does better. I will make a little bit of room for error because I do think that Speedroids have those cool 2-card combos, and they have a little bit better recovery without the uses of Max C. So Speedroid does have that, but I don't think it's better than Synchron. Subterror, Copium. There's nothing that this deck does that this deck just doesn't do better. Not a single thing. And without a huge boss monster like Red Eyes Dark Dragoon, this deck 100% struggles. Unchained is easily one of the best strategies. So a lot of people have like something called click buttonitis, where they just click buttons and destroy cards. You can definitely take advantage of that with Unchained. You also don't need, you play around Maxine naturally, and players don't know what your Unchained cards do. So this deck's kind of good. It's kind of cracked. Utopia. You know what? Utopia might be the best out of all of the decks that lose to United. Like, Utopia might be the very best one, guys, because it does have an ability to or I think it's 2-card OTK. If you can make a rank 4, you can OTK your opponent, which will catch a lot of your opponents out of caught off guard. But like, once you start to get the higher ranks, high plat diamond, it's not going to work. Zodiac is a good spare deck. And the reason why I say this is because you can always mix in those Tri-Brigade cards and make it a tier 1 deck. So it's really nice to have those Zodiac cards on the side. Other than that, And lastly, Salamangreat is a solid pickup. I actually like how all of this kind of meshed up pretty well. Salamangreat is one of those decks that requires big brain, big Jane to be able to play. Like, it does require a lot of thought process. It requires the correct player to know exactly what they're doing if you want to be successful with the strategy. And it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding. It genuinely is. But it isn't the decks that I would definitely pick up and be like, yo, I'm going to diamond easy with this deck. It's still hard wins out there. And one of the best quantities that this deck has is making Access Kill Talker being able to attack twice. This deck does this and just grants you free wins. So, there's that. And that is all that we have for the Rogue tier list, guys. What exactly do you think about where these cards are, or these strategies are? I think that ultimately, no matter what, if you pick these decks, you can easily get to gold at the very least. Gold is the baseline for every single one of these strategies. And as you get to diamond or platinum and then diamond, it becomes significantly harder. But let me know, what do you think about these particular strategies? What strategies did I miss? and what are some other amazing strategies that should be in this tier list. Let me know down below in the comment section, but also check out these videos and be sure to check out TCG Cali for TCG content, as I'll catch you on the next one.